Beep. Okay. So everybody's on this sheet? We are converting between systems. Between systems means we are going SI to imperial or imperial to SI. We're going between the two. Up till now, we've kept everything in one system. Feet to inches, centimeters to meters, right? Now we're going to go between the two. And this is the really important skill because of where we live. Yes? Because we live in one of the places in the world where we actually have to be able to think in both systems. In most everywhere else in the world, you don't need to be able to think in imperial because everything is metric or SI. But here, we are stuck in a spot where understanding miles and kilometers is very helpful. Okay? But the nice thing about math is it isn't mean to you. Math always follows the rules. It will never surprise you like English. Okay? Never will you be going ahead reading a word in math class and all of a sudden this word doesn't sound like this word. Even though they've got all the same letters. Right? Because English is evil. Math isn't. Math is your friend. Math doesn't try to fool you. So, when we were converting within a system, I gave you guys a fraction to use, yes? What was that rule? We had the measurement we had a measurement, and we multiplied it by a fraction. What was that fraction? What you want over what you have. And where did we go to find this fraction? Where did this live? In our notes on the sheet, yeah? So that was when we were in the same system. Well, now we're going to be between systems. Do you think the rules change? Of course not. We still go to our sheet. All right? So let's do the very first one together, and you'll see that you already know how to do it. We read that question, a bowling lane is 19 meters long. What is this measurement to the nearest foot? So what do I have? What measurement do I have? 19 meters, which I then multiply by what I want. What do I want? Feet. So I look on my data booklet, which I have right, where is it? Oh, good gravy, I don't have a data booklet on here. How embarrassing. I look on my data booklet and I see that 1 foot equals how many meters? Do you see it anywhere?
0.3048.
You do have 1 foot equals 30.48 centimeters. Does that tell you what it is in meters? How? Is it on there, 0.3048?
Yeah.
Where? Am I just an idiot? I don't see it.
Third from the bottom.
The middle column.
Middle column, one up from the bottom on the top.
Yeah, it says 1 foot equals 30.48 centimeters on mine. Does yours say 0.3048?
Mine says 0.3048 meters, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How many people have 0.3048 and how many people have 30.48 centimeters? 30.48 centimeters. I wonder how yours came out weird.
Because mine's awesome. Oh, wait, I'm not looking at the one you just gave me.
You're not looking at the one I just gave you. That's why.
All right.
Okay, so this is what you have, right? That's what's on your data booklet. Yeah, that's what's going to be on the provincial, isn't it? So how do I move that decimal to find meters? We've already done this yesterday, right? How many steps does it have to go from centimeters to meters? 2. So 1 foot is also 0.3048 meters. Is everyone cool with that? So now, what do I want? Do I want meters or feet in this question? What measurement to the nearest foot? What do I want? I want feet. So that goes on the top. 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. So 1 foot over 0.3048 meters. Now what cancels? The 1 always cancels. And the m on top and m on the bottom cancel. What am I left with? 19 over 0.3048. Now, can you do that in your head? Of course not. So you go to your calculator. What is that on your calculator? What do you got to punch in? 19 divided by what? 0.3048. And what do you get? 62. It's like 62.3 something, yes? But I wanted the nearest foot, so we rounded it to 62. Is everyone cool? It's not different, is it? It's exactly the same thing, except now you're using that middle column, right? Imperial and SI. Yesterday, well, not yesterday, Thursday, we used either the left column because everything was imperial or the right column because everything was SI. Now we're using the middle column that mixes the two. Everybody cool? All right, so let's look at the next one. Hannah's American. Her car measures miles. Farron is Canadian. His car measures kilometers. Who drove further? Do I have to convert both of them?
Nope, only one.
Only one of them. Does it matter which one I convert? No, because once I convert one of them, we can compare it to the other one, can't we? So I'm going to convert Hannah first. Why?
More standard to go into kilometers, I guess.
It's the first one I read. That's the only reason. Everybody with me? So if I go miles to kilometers, once I have Hannah in kilometers, can I then compare her to Farron? I can, can't I? So what is the point I'm trying to make with this question? When in doubt, get all your measurements to one system. If you change everything to one, you can always compare, can't you? Now, how many systems are there? How many measurement systems do we have? 2, metric or SI or imperial, correct? Everyone agree? Now the problem here is on your provincial exam, it's multiple choice, isn't it? So you got to look at your answers and see which one you're got to convert to. Now if they're being mean to you, some of the answers will be imperial, some will be SI, won't they? And if you make the wrong choice, then what do you got to do at the very end?
Just convert it again.
You got to convert them both to find out which the right answer is. You picking up what I'm putting down? So let's say we convert Hannah to kilometers right now. Now this question is just yes or no, isn't it? Who went further? So this one we don't have to be worried about. Everyone understand that? So if I'm going to convert Hannah, what do I have for a measurement? What's the measurement I have? What's the measurement I'm starting with? 62. And I'm going to multiply it by what do I want? Kilometers. So I look on my sheet and I find kilometers and miles. Is it on there? What is it?
1.609.
So I want the kilometers on top, 1.609 over the miles, 1. The 1 always cancels, yes? So I've got 62 times 1.609, which is how much? You get to your calculator because you can't do that in your head, and what's your answer? All of you should have your calculators out. If you do not, that is not very intelligent. You should be practicing this right now. What do you got to punch in on your calculator? 62 times 1.609. And what do you get? 99. Can you stop right there? Because you don't need the decimals, do you? Because already you can see who drove further, Hannah or Farron. Hannah, because she drove 99 and something, and Farron only drove 98. Cool? So I can stop right there, can't I? Look at the next question. Take a moment to read it. And this is a real life problem because when you go to give your height at the driver's license place, when you go, they're going to ask you for your height in centimeters. You won't know it. Fortunately, they'll have a chart. You'll tell them your height the way we all say our height. I'm 5'8", and they'll convert it for you. But if you want to really impress them, know it before you go there. Because people get very impressed by that. The last time I was in the hospital and the nurse needed my height and weight in SI, I knew it already. She was very impressed. And she was pretty cute too, so it was cool. True story, Bryce.
So, how much do you weigh and how tall are you in SI then?
My height is 170 centimeters, and my weight is 83 kilograms. I'm sorry. 88 kilograms. Sorry.
Okay, that's not as much as I thought it was off the top of my head.
Really? You been talking to Vanessa? How that's my daughter? You just said 88's didn't seem as high as I thought.
No, I mean...
Yeah, too late, Bryce.
converted it-
Whatever, Bryce.
I was just calling you fat. Get over it.
He's calling me fat. You're saying I'm old enough to have that for a daughter. It's okay.
Hey, lucky man.
It's all right. I'm cool with that. One time when I was at the Calgary Stampede, Bryce, there was the guess your weight thing.
Yeah.
Because nobody guesses my weight right because I'm short. So people think I'm either lighter than I really am or they think I'm heavier than I really am. And those guys that guess your weight, they know that if you're going to go to get them and say guess your weight, that you must be trying to trick them. So I went to the guy and I checked with all my friends who I was with at the Calgary Stampede. Hey guys, what do you think I weigh? And they all guessed. They were all way off. So I said, screw it, I'm going for it. So I went over to the guy and I paid him the $2. I said, guess my weight. And he guesses. And I get on the scale and he was wrong, but he guessed way high like you just did. He guessed I was way heavier than I am.
I think you misunderstood my...
No, I don't think I misunderstood you, Bryce. You're saying I'm fat.
Well,
Ah!
yeah, but that was unrelated to what I was just saying.
I disagree. Alex is 6'2" tall. What did I tell you needed to do? Get all your measurements the same, yeah? So if you look on your data sheet, do you see anywhere that compares feet to centimeters?
Yeah.
Yes. And you see a comparison of inches to centimeters, yes? So there's more than one way to do this question, isn't there? Can you go feet to centimeters, then go inches to centimeters, and then add the two? Is that okay? Is that allowed? Could you also go feet to inches, then inches to centimeters? Can you do that? Is one way more or less right than the other way?
Wouldn't feet to inches be more efficient because there's not like a little extra?
I do this one because the feet I can just do in my head. How do I convert 6 feet to inches? Times 12. So that is 6 times 12 plus how many more inches? 2, which is 74 inches, correct? And then I can just go 74 inches to centimeters, can't I? What's the fraction for that? 74 times what? What do I want? Centimeters. So I look on my chart. I've got to make a fraction. Centimeters is on top. Inches is on the bottom. What are the numbers that go in there? Look on your chart. Don't look at me. 2.54 goes where, Bryce? It's math class.
Yes.
Starts with an N, ends with an R, has umerato in the middle of it. Numerator. What happens to the 1? always goes away. So it's 74 times 2.54, and that gives me the number. What is it? Practice with your calculators now, because when you ask me how to do this when I give you it on a quiz or something, it makes me angry. If you are still coming to math class without a calculator, that's not very bright.
I'm sorry about that one time. I forgot to bring a calculator.
What's the answer? I got all day. I'm just going to sit here until I hear an answer, and you guys would be the ones that lose out on your homework time.
I got 187.96.
187.96. So what's the nearest centimeter?
180.
188. Good job, Josh. He is taller than me. Now, this question is spectacular. I love this question, because this question is a real life situation. One time, I was driving in the United States. I had to enter an underground parking garage that said, low clearance, meaning the ceiling was not very tall. I drive, at the time, before my lovely wife crashed into a telephone pole, I drove a Hyundai Accent, which is a small car. Everybody comfortable with that? A small car that will fit into every underground parking garage until you stack 4 surfboards on the roof. And then drive a long way and forget that you have 4 surfboards on the roof. Yes, Nick, it did suck immensely. Because what did I have to do to get my car out? It's jammed under the roof. What did I have to do to get my car out?
Did it involve?
I could have broken a surfboard. Do I want to break a surfboard? No. So what are my options?
Deflate the tires.
That's exactly what I did.
Boom. Did it.
Deflated all my tires. Backed out.
That sucks.
Yeah, it did suck. But fortunately, I keep a pump as well that plugs into the car. It just took a long time to pump up all the tires again. So, will I fit under the bridge? Yes or no? Well, what's the hint I gave you? Get all your measurements into what? Same system. So, can I convert 3.5 meters to feet? Is that okay? Will that work? Excellent. Can I convert 11 feet 9 inches to meters? Would that work? Does it matter which way I do the question? It doesn't, does it? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 3.5 meters and say I want feet. Do I have that on my sheet? Do I have feet to meters? I have feet to centimeters, so do I have feet to meters?
Nope.
Yes, I do, because I have feet to centimeters.
Well, not specifically.
No, so what do I have to do, Bryce?
Convert.
Convert. I have my meters, I want feet. So it's 1 over 0.3048. What happens to the 1?
It goes away.
Goes away. So I've got 3.5 over 0.3048. What math is that? Division. So what gets punched into my calculator?
3.5 divided by...
3.5 divided by 0.3048. What do I get for an answer? 11.48 feet. Do we agree? That's how tall the semi-trailer is. How tall's the bridge? 11.9
11,
or 11 feet 9 inches?
9/16, so
9 sixteenths?
9 inches. 9.
There's 16 inches in a foot?
Wait, what? Oh, 12, sorry.
Yes. The bridge is 11 and 9/12 of a foot. Can I compare decimals and fractions? What do I have to do first? Change the fraction to a decimal, which is 11.75. Will I fit? I will. Everybody see that? Would you risk it?
No. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it's a little bit
You guys would risk that.
Yeah.
It's only a few inches.
A few inches?
I don't know what we're doing. I've been paying attention.
11 feet, 9 inches. This says it's 11 feet, 6 inches. It's 3 inches of difference. You would risk it?
Probably not. Well, it depends what I'm risking. Is it just the top of my car, or I got like a freaking gold bar up there? I don't know.
You're the guy I get stuck behind on the highway. How many of you guys have driven out in Vancouver? You seen that bridge with the railroad track that goes over the highway and see all those chunks missing out of it? Why do you think those chunks are missing from it?
People are dumb.
People don't know how tall their vehicles are. Now here's an interesting question. What if we go the other way?
What other way?
Well, what if I change this 11 foot 9 inches to meters?
That's what I do.
What does that get me? Well, that's 11.75. Now I want meters. What are the meters? Times 0.3048 over 1 this time, right? So cancel. What's 11.75 times 0.3048? If only you had a calculator, Bryce. It's all in your head, right? What is it? 3.58, right? So that says the bridge is 3.58. My semi-trailer is 3.5. 8 centimeters. And you guys would risk it.
Yes.
Interesting. Remind me to make sure that I tell all of you to go and get your Class 1 licenses, because I want you driving the semi-trailers.
Oh, yeah, you have to do.
Yeah.
Wait, I should.
Back in your day, you got like a license. You could literally do anything with it. It's stupid.
No, you couldn't.
Dude,
A Class 5 license still only let you drive a car, even in my day, Bryce.
no, dude, my dad like
No.
we can't even like tow trailers with our licenses now. You can get
No, because you don't have a Class 5. When you get a Class 5, you can.
Oh,
Your Class 7 will allow you to do nothing. Your Class 8 allows you to do nothing on a motorcycle.
but like when my dad got his license, that stuff was all included.
Wait, class 1 license, that's drive.
Class 1 license lets you drive everything except a motorcycle. Class 1 covers 1 through 5. Motorcycle's its own thing.
Motorcycles actually.
Gotta have a Class 6 to drive a motorcycle. All right. So these next 4, super easy. Next 5, 6, 7, all super easy. 5 to 11. Number 12 requires you to do some thinking. So how many steps are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 1 step. That's your job. Okay? Start on that right now. I'm going to bring around a worksheet. And I'm going to assign you some textbook work today. Remember, textbook work already has the answers. You do as much or as little as you see fit. If you never do it, then you're not going to do very well in your test. You're not going to get a very good grade. If you do all your practice, you're going to get a great grade. Understand? Do not complain to me if your grades are bad and you don't do your practice. How will I know if you don't do your practice? Because I'll be coming around and checking. Okay? The textbook page I wish for you to do is page 25. I can't remember what numbers I wanted you to do. I wrote it down somewhere. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There it is. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And when are you responsible for knowing all of this?
Thursday.
February 11th, Thursday. That's the deadline for knowing all this stuff. The sheet I gave you yesterday, the sheet I'm about to give you today, and this textbook work. Everybody cool? And you have 37 minutes with which to work on 5 questions here, 1 worksheet, and 6 questions from your textbook. Greedy is going to the bathroom and she is going to be helping people. Oh, crap. Where is my sheet? Oh, I lied. Class is ending 5 minutes early today so we can give out your report cards.
Oh no.
going to get a report card from here, right? Were you here in the first semester? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were.
Hey, Mr. Myers, do you think I passed math?
I don't know. We won't know because you might have been close enough that you might have needed the provincial.
Well,
If you had anything less than 63, then it's possible.
why would they?
So Bryce, if you pass it, then you can get it as class.
Madison, you need a textbook. Yes.
Yeah, if I did.
I gave you.
The thing is, I don't know if I, even if I did like 100% on the exam, I'm not sure if that would have been enough.
You would need to get, if you had 40% on your report card, then you would need 100% on the exam to pass.
Definitely in this class for the rest of the semester.
You were lower than 40?
Probably.
That seems surprising to me.
Does it?
Intelligence-wise. Laziness-wise, it doesn't seem surprising to me.
Yeah. I think